Excellent. Welcome everybody back to live classes with Raven's Nest Essentials Collaborative. We are really happy to be back together again. It's been a little bit since we've been together live. We've been on a lot of recordings lately. We've been hanging out over on YouTube, but we are live tonight. My name is Susan Velasquez with Epiphany Essentials. I am one of many in our team of Raven's Nest Essentials Collaborative. And tonight we have a special guest, Beverly Baca, who is one of our team members and is the owner of our local Merle Norman Cosmetics and Spa over on Louisiana, which we'll tell you more about in a little bit. And Beverly is going to share her expertise in skincare and specifically how to make your own facial mists, which is just, I'm so excited and wearing one as we speak. So I can testify on my own. So this is kind of what we're going to talk about tonight, what facial mists are, which probably is your first question, how to use them, how to customize them for your skin type. And then of course, we're going to have some recipes and how to make them. So with that, I'll hand it over, Beverly. And you need to just turn your microphone on, love. There you go.
There, it said I was muted.
We don't want you mute. We want
Who
you
muted? Muted me. I'm like, it was working a while ago. Okay. Yeah.
I think that when I record from an iOS device, it automatically
mutes everyone
who isn't speaking at that time. So I clicked a button to unmute. So anyway, yes,
we're good. Awesome.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to let you start and kind of tell your story, right, of how you came to skincare.
Yeah, so a little bit about me. I have a huge passion for makeup. I've been that way ever since I was little. My mother first got me started with Merle Norman when I was 16. Their skincare is really great, and of course I use it and I'm very passionate about it, as well as doTERRA essential oils. I started doing face mists back probably 1994. I was a paralegal for 30 years, and just the stress with the job and the computer and being in that building with the air conditioning or the heat, I just felt like they made me relax and concentrate better. So that's where I started. And back then there was, well, back then it just seems like such a long time ago. I feel so old, but Young Living was big. So that's where I started. I started selling Young Living, and I would just experiment with it. And I loved the way it felt. And so I continue to do them, of course, every day. And if you know a little bit about me, I always have a face mist bottle by my side. My daughter says multiple bottles, but ever since I started them, years ago, they've just been a part of my daily routine, especially in the summer. I like to keep them in my purse and for traveling. If you're not familiar with them, face mists are liquids that you mist onto your skin via a bottle or an atomizer, and they are packed with hydrating and soothing ingredients. You can custom make them for your skin type. Besides them acting as an instant pick-me-up, mist can also be used between your skincare steps, over and under your makeup, and you can dilute your moisturizer or makeup. What's nice is if you just want just like a sheer tint, you can dilute your everyday foundation with the mist, and it also acts like it's a tinted moisturizer. So that's wonderful. And you can also use the face mist to dampen your sponges. These are the little.
I would never have thought of that.
Yeah, that I like to use. Oh, I can hear my dog. She's coming in here. These are the little bottles I like to use to make them. These are great, especially now, we're coming up upon winter, and you know how hot it gets, and coming up on winter, and these are the best. and then it's kind of cold, so you don't have to really worry about the heat. So it's kind of nice to just get in your car sometimes and, you know, mist yourself because it's a little cool. Keeping them in the refrigerator is also really nice. So I highly recommend these, especially when you're traveling.
That's a great tip. And it's so dry with, you know, the hot air and everything, you know, during the winter. Just makes it that much
Yes.
drier.
Yeah. Oh, that's for sure. So
Lady.
next, I'm going to tell you the difference between a face mist, a toner, and an essence and a setting spray. But one thing I did forget, I have to back up and say, at Merle Norman, just so you know, I have an esthetician and a hairstylist. Tina is an expert with skin. She's amazing. And she also uses doTERRA in her treatment room. So I forgot to mention that.
No problem. And I look like I fell out of presentation mode. So let me fix that real quick. I don't know what I did.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
There we
can't
go.
imagine. Yeah. You're so right though. I was just, when you were talking about travel too, like we've been traveling a lot and going from a dry place to a more moist place and then to a dry, it just does a number on your skin. And my husband's really been flying a lot and he's noticed like he just needs to take in so much more water. So I'm excited to see what you have that I can make for him for these times, because flying a bunch, ugh,
Yeah.
so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it is hard on your skin. So the difference between face mist, toner, and essence and setting sprays are face mists contain not just water, but additional humectants, emollients, and essential oils like aloe vera, vegetable glycerin, pure fractionated coconut oil. A toner is meant to be used after washing your face to remove all the excess traces of cleanser and dirt that the cleanser didn't get off. And to prepare your skin for the next step, your moisturizer. Let's see, mist on the other hand can go on any time of the day, especially, and it's usually more nourishing. But I like to, after I use the toner and take off all the leftover dead skin cells, just get your mist and mist yourself. And getting your, you know, serum or your essence, the next step, you'll just notice that your skin even feels plumper and more hydrated. An essence is a liquid serum. It's really watery, but a little bit thicker than water. And with that, you just pat it on your face with your fingertips, and it's usually packed with more concentrated ingredients than a mist, and it's meant to go, of course, underneath your moisturizer, and that also helps to add an extra layer of, I can't talk, oh my gosh, that also helps to add an extra layer of hydration. Jeez. So hold
I
on.
love the idea of like adding the mist in between layers. It feels
and you really
so
notice a
good.
difference. Yeah, you really notice a difference too. And setting sprays contain more film formers that lock makeup in place. They're I call them like hairspray for your makeup, but setting sprays can be drying because they contain alcohol. So I like putting glycerin in the face mist because the glycerin really locks in the moisture and helps set it as well. So that's why I like to put glycerin in all of them. I don't know if you guys have ever used it, but it really, like, I like to get in the shower after I'm done and just have like an old t-shirt, an old pair of joggers, and put your hair up, and while you're still dripping wet, just get that glycerin and rub it all over, and then put your like pajamas back on. Oh, the next day, your skin feels amazing. You don't have the flakiness. I do it all the time, and I just don't have the flaky like, you know, we do here. And I mean, thanks to that method is what I usually do. You can even add some essential oils to that as well.
Yeah, and it feels so good.
Mhm.
Let's see. There we go.
For sure. Okay. So today I'm going to talk about benefits of the facial mist. So They refresh your skin. Just spritzing your face feels so cool and refreshing. It's an instant hydrator. It helps moisturize your skin when you spritz it on throughout the day. Sometimes I get a little crazy, but even, if you have that little drip from it, you just, go like this, because sometimes I get carried away. It won't mess up your makeup, I promise. It just feels so good. Just, close your eyes, make sure not to mist it into your eyes. The added emollients like the fractionated coconut oil and the glycerin, these also help to trap the moisture in your skin and help keep you hydrated and fresh. It seals in that extra moisture. And like Susan was just talking about a second ago, just layering the applications in between your skincare and makeup steps. Like I said, after you get out of the shower, do your toner, spray it, let it sit for a little bit. Oh, you don't even have to let it sit. Actually, I just like to still, while I'm wet, put the serum on, and then that I like to let sit and let your skin absorb it. Wait about 30 seconds to a minute, and then mist again and do your moisturizer, and then mist again and do your foundation. But you want to make sure that it dries, because I don't know if you've ever put like your serum, your moisturizer, your primer, and then you go to put your foundation and it like flakes off and become, it's just kind of cakey. That's because, you have to let it allow it to absorb into your skin, and you'll notice that it goes on a lot better, and you won't have that flaky, cakey stuff coming off on your skin. And it also helps soothe sensitive skin. If your skin is prone to sensitivity, a face mist can help take down the redness, calm the irritation, and replenish the lost moisture. It just needs to be the right face mist for your skin type. And you want to avoid any irritants like alcohol and fragrance. These can also help control breakouts. I have a recipe that can help with acne, help keep acne-prone skin in check. They boost the absorption of other products, like your, because your skin, of course, like I said earlier, acts like a sponge. So it quickly absorbs any products that you put on it. So if you want to maximize the performance of your lotions, your creams, and your face oils, try using them on top of a layer of your facial mist, and do your body too, just throughout the day. It also is nice for any of those flyaways with your hair. Just, shake it. And don't forget your neck. Always do your neck and your décolleté. Very important.
It's such a great tip that if you're going to use good skincare, you want to get it in your skin, and that it maximizes that absorption. So you're actually benefiting more from the good stuff that you're using, because your skin's able to absorb more because it's moist. Such a great.
One of the nice tricks about a face mask too that I have learned, and if you try this trick, it really works. You just get your face mist, and when you're getting ready to take off all your makeup, take your mascara off, and so just grab your cleanser there, and you're going to mist your face all over, and then squeeze out, because mostly cleansers are thicker. So you're going to squeeze it out, and while your face is damp, you're just going to start massaging it in. Don't add any water. Just massage it really good for like 30 seconds, and then rinse it off. And you'll notice when you go to do your toner, you have a lot less residue. Because I've been, sometimes I just hate taking off my makeup, and I'll just go in there and real quick, you have the water running, and you're putting your hands with the cleanser into the water, and then you're washing it, but it's not really doing it. For some reason, just when you mist it, don't add any water, get that cleanser and just start massaging it in, and then rinse it off. You just get it. The benefits are just amazing. It's so nice when you just go and look at that cotton and you're like, oh, there's no debris on there. It just, and you're not wasting the product, and you're not wasting your toner, because you're getting the full benefits, and you're massaging those oils into your skin at the same time. So that helps with, your, help me, Susan, what am I trying to say? Stimulating your,
right, getting some blood flow going.
Thank you, your collagen, lymphatic stuff. Yeah, you know what I mean.
You got it.
It's a great way to also blend your foundation. A layer of the face mist can create a really smooth, a more hydrated canvas. Always blend. The key is, of course, with that, after you put your foundation, and just kind of spray it, get your makeup brush or your sponge, and you know, the key is to blend. Of course, blend, blend, blend. You can never blend too much. Let's see, and setting your makeup. You're getting all the hydrating skincare benefits from your moisturizer, your serums, and all the essential oils in the mist, plus the ability to extend the look of your makeup. And it also, like in the middle of the day, if you just are looking kind of drab and you just spritz yourself, you'll notice that it also brightens your makeup too and makes you look more hydrated and refreshed. And just a couple, but I kind of get a little crazy. But my favorite thing about making the face mist with the doTERRA essential oils is the instant gratification factor. One spritz and right away your skin looks dewier, plumper, brighter, as well as the benefits of inhaling the essential oils. And these face mists can also aid in stress relief. I feel like they are a huge stress reliever too. You know, they just, whatever, you know, you're going through, if you just are like mad because somebody cut you off in the car, you can just grab this and cuss them out silently and and you feel so much better. It works. I'm telling you, it works. It works. The mailman stepped on your dog, just take that deep breath. I'm telling you, it works.
I have a couple questions coming out of the chat for you. Back to the glycerin topic. One question was whether or not glycerin are there any skin types that should not be using glycerin? And then the other question was, where are you sourcing your glycerin from? Like, where have you found a good, reliable source for glycerin that's not, you know, filled with a bunch of other yucky stuff?
Gotcha. You know, I don't hear very many people allergic to glycerin. Usually it's gluten and other different stuff, but I have not heard. I get the vegetable glycerin. It's 100% versatile skincare, and I just get it at any health food store, but it mixes well with water. And oh, I'm not doing that. All right, can you see it?
Yeah.
So I prefer to buy it from a health food store than Amazon, because you can trust, you know, the co-op or Whole Foods, and you know what, they usually have it at the co-op. At Whole Foods, I've had to order it, but it's just natural and it's sweet. I mean, if you put it on yourself, you can lick it. It tastes like sugar, but it doesn't make you know, or anything. It's not sticky or anything. But yeah, I used to do this. My mom, when we were little, she used to put I don't know if you guys remember, like rose water and glycerin. Do you remember that? And oh, wasn't it the best? And you'd shake it up and you smell like a rose petal. And we used to always lick ourselves because it was sweet. I think it's like the same thing, but I've never heard of anybody being allergic to it. I mean, I would just test it on a little spot.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
That's perfect.
That's a good
No,
question.
thank you.
Really
Yeah, and great answer. Yeah, I think that ordering on Amazon is never the best choice, because you just don't even know that it's even coming from Amazon sometimes. Not that Amazon has a great reputation, but you know, some things just come from somebody's house or whatever, and you want to be careful. But no, it's really good to know. And Diana's mentioning also in the chat that she's heard that putting on makeup and taking care of our face, so that touch, you know, is really good at boosting our oxytocin and really kind of helping us to feel good. So I would imagine that all of this, you know, would be beneficial emotionally, like you were saying.
Oh, I know. I wish I could just like spritz all of you guys now with this one that I
do too.
because it just like, oh, they're so much fun too. I don't know what it is about them. You just feel so bougie when you do that.
Yes, I love that.
We were talking earlier about how so many of the oils that we're using, because they're so calming to the skin, they're also calming to us emotionally, right? And they, you know, are calming to our central nervous system. So when we're spraying, we're getting that, you know, kind of triple benefit of the extra moisture, the great oils on the skin, and then just that aroma of, you're kind of doing your own aromatherapy, you're doing self-care. And so if there's nothing that doesn't feel good about this, it's all, you know, it's such a win-win every direction. So
yes, the liquid coconut that I use is use the liquid coconut pure fractionated. This I have not heard of anybody having a reaction, but you don't want to put too much of this. Just I put like 3 or 4 drops, but a lot of massage therapists use this in their massage, and then it absorbs, well actually it absorbs, and it's not oily, and it mixes in there. I don't know if you can see it, but like it'll like separate, but then when you mix it, it's like cloudy, so it mixes in there as you shake it up. So this is really nice. That's and this I also get at Whole Foods or what did I say? The Co-op. The aloe vera, the same thing. What is that place on Central? The herb store has it too. I haven't tried like squeezing it out of the plant because you get too much of that stuff in there. You know, I like to buy the gel. Trader Joe's has a really good aloe vera gel, a really good aloe vera gel too.
That's the one that I have.
Yeah, I like that.
Now, when you're putting these together, because I have my spray bottles here too, because of course I had to make some, right? Most of the liquid part is water, right? And you're kind of just squirting like a squirt of each of the other things in there. Is that right?
Yeah, purified water. Oh yes. So I was going to talk about the ones that I like to make. Yes. You just okay, you were asking the type of water to use?
Like
that
you're
I
using
use?
mostly water, right? Like when I made it, I
Oh yes,
did like a squirt of glycerin, a squirt of the aloe vera, and a squirt of coconut oil.
I like to put about 4 drops of the coconut oil, and the vegetable glycerin. I put like, I can say drops. I just kind of squeeze a good amount, like not too much because it blends really well with the water, but just a good, I don't know, like a good, I just go like a good squirt, you know, just like that, like real good squirt. And then the aloe vera, the same thing. Yeah.
It's kind of like mom's cooking, you know, you just kind of like,
Yeah,
you know, it's enough.
squirt in there. I mean, and depending on the bottle, because like with these little ones, you don't want to put that much, but with these big ones, like don't be stingy. Just put it, yeah, you know, because it breaks up really easy with the aloe vera and the glycerin mixed together. Yes. Oh, and glass bottles. I highly recommend glass bottles. Do not, just avoid plastic. I don't really recommend the aluminum ones. I have a couple of them, but I haven't used them. But I just feel I feel better using the glass. And they're easy to, if you run out and you want to use something else, the scent doesn't stay in there. So if you sometimes it does on the sprayer, so you might have to throw that out, but you can buy these on Amazon in the dozens. So it's nice because if you're like, nah, I didn't really like that, but you want to make something else, it's not going to stick to your bottle. If you just put some Dawn dishwashing liquid and some really hot water, you can get one of those scrub brushes, you can get all the scent out so it won't transfer, and then you can make another one that smells different.
Right. That's good. All right, we're ready for the recipes.
This is my favorite. This is a one that we made this morning, that Susan made this morning. So this is the anti-aging. This is for all skin types. It has blue tansy, neroli, immortelle, lavender, and copaiba. And I basically just put a couple of drops. You want to be careful because blue tansy, for this bottle, I only put 1 drop. Probably just want to kind of eyeball it, but this probably 5, just depending.
Yeah, I have like a 2-ounce one, and that's what I did too. I think I did 3 maybe, just because I meant to do 2 and 3 slipped out.
Yeah, that usually happens. The neroli, I like to get a little crazy with that. The immortelle, the lavender, and the copaiba, I usually put about 15 to 20 drops, like in one of these size bottles. So I get a little crazy. And then you just put your, I have a water filter system. It is, it's like hold on, I can't think of the name. Mine is Tient, but it's like the starts with a K.
Keegan, is that
Keegan.
what it's called? Okay.
Yes, it's like the Keegan. So it makes my face water for me, but you can just use purified water. And then you put in, you know, your purified water, the glycerin, the aloe, and the coconut oil and your essential oils, and you just shake it up really good, and then it's ready. If you're picky about your pH, there's a way you can, I think Susan knows how
Yeah, we
to.
talked about, you know, you can literally get pH paper from, you know, chemical supply, you know, not chemical, but like science supply company, or, you know, good old Amazon. You can always get it from there. And sometimes I've seen it at Hobby Lobby even, which is interesting, like in their sciencey section. So if you really want to keep the pH matching your skin pH, it's usually between about 4 and 6 is like sort of the normal zone for human skin. Usually like 4 point-ish something, you know, 4.5, 4.7, something like that. So if you wanted to, you could test your facial mist and see where it leans. And if you need to make it a little bit more acidic, you can put a little bit of apple cider vinegar in it to keep it, you know, kind of in that range. Our skin is normally a little bit on the acidic side, because of course, you know, neutral would be right around 7, which is about what water is. And that's because that's our natural sebum that has its own antimicrobial, you know, makeup to it. And so when our pH is off is usually when we tend to see skin problems, excess dryness or breakouts, or, you know, things like that. That kind of can be an indication of, you know, pH being kind of off. So if that's something you want to track, there is a way to do that if you want to. And soaps tend to be alkaline. So, you know, anything that's kind of like got a little bit of a slip to it. And that's why our, you know, cleansers are made to be used on the skin, because most things that are kind of soapy tend to be drying to the skin because they break down that kind of acid, you know, a little bit of natural oil that we have.
Yeah, and that is to avoid is soap, especially if you're dry. Don't use soap if you can avoid it at all costs, because it's very drying.
Right. All righty, let's look at the next one. And this one's for all skin types, so anybody can use that.
Yeah. But it has all the anti-aging oils in it. So
Right.
yeah, it's my favorite. I love that one.
Exactly.
This one is nice. Anybody can use it. I get a little crazy on the lavender. But lavender and bergamot just smell so good together. You can even just use those two, and the cedarwood. And if there's a scent in there that you don't like, you don't have to put it in there. But wait, Susan, did I go over the benefits of all the oils on?
We didn't yet. We were going to kind of do that as we went through.
Okay.
And, you know, if we look back at, let me see if I can go back to the last one, talking about like the anti-aging benefits. You know, it's got the Immortelle, which is literally our anti-aging oil, which has, I'm going to read it right off the bottle because I had kept it right here on purpose so I could do that. It has frankincense, sandalwood, myrrh, helichrysum, and rose in it. So it's like all the heavy hitters for anti-aging benefits. And you'll see that a lot of these oils are trees and flowers. And there's a reason for that, because the tree oils tend to be really great at promoting collagen production deep in the skin layers. And one of the things that happens when we age is our collagen production slows down, and the collagen provides the matrix literally that holds up our skin. And so as that breaks down, the top layers of the skin kind of fall into these little places we call wrinkles, right? And that's, you know, what we want to kind of avoid. And so all that nice plumping from our facial mist is going to help to avoid that. The flower oils are really great on the upper layers of the skin to help with fine lines and discoloration and the brightening and, you know, all that kind of stuff. So we tend to see a lot of flowers and woods. And in some cases, things that are going to be a little bit more astringent would have a really great oily skin mist that we're going to get to in just a little bit. So you'll see some of them, like lavender, you know, is going to be a big player in several different types and several different skin types, because lavender is, you know, all the things, got everything, right? And so calming.
Yes. And with that one, I do the same. I do about 15 of lavender, about 10 of bergamot, and about 7 of cedarwood. But I mean, you can always add more or less and just kind of customize it to how you like it. I probably put a little too much, so you know, maybe just don't use such a heavy hand at first, and then see how you like it. And then you're like, oh, I need a little more. Just pop it in there, and you're good.
Right. All right, so that one's for normal skin. And then this one knocked my socks off. We made this one earlier today, and I have it. This is my blue one that I have right here. I am wearing it as we speak. And I actually have extremely sensitive skin, which we've got a sensitive skin one coming up too. But this has such a great blend of skin supporting oils. And most of you know, I am not a patchouli lover at all, but this smells so amazing. And you don't have to be scared if you're not big on patchouli, because it's not, even the blue tansy, like I'm not crazy about the smell of blue tansy on its own.
I like it, but it's not bad.
I know we have a team member who just like, that's her literally her favorite oil.
Oh, it came out so good. Yeah.
It's so good.
I told her this is one of my favorite ones. This time I put a little bit more blue tansy, and I should have put more rose, but blue tansy and rose together, even just those two, because I tried like experimenting just doing those two and mixing those two together, and even those two are really good. But it's so much better with sandalwood, patchouli, the vetiver, and the neroli. It's just, it's so nice. And even if you feel, you know, it's nice, especially with this one, what I like to do sometimes if you're dry is just put a little spritz on your hands. Like sometimes you're around your eyes and just kind of pat it. It feels good. You don't want to get too close to your eyes, but it just feels kind of calming. But yeah, this one is, I don't know. I think this one's my favorite instead of the other one. I don't know. I'm kind of torn between the two, but
now I've been spritzing all day.
Susan,
no,
I
it's
have
easy to do.
so often, Susan, you're like, I don't like patchouli, but I love this.
So you think I need to admit to being a convert to just being a patchouli?
No, you know what I think it is? I think it's like, you know how there's people out there who hate lavender because they've been around like this super adulterated, nasty lavender fake smell. Maybe you like pure, maybe you like actual pure patchouli, but you don't like all the crazy ones that you've been smelling like in incense and stuff of that nature. I don't know.
So
but
true.
you really do add it to a lot of your favorite things, I've noticed.
Well, every time patchouli comes up, I'm like, well, I don't like patchouli, but.
Right, exactly. That's exactly the sentence.
I like the way it smells. My esthetician does not like it either. She does not like it, but I love the way it smells. And it's so, I didn't realize the benefits that it has for your skin. I did not realize that. I just thought it was like something to put like, to, you know, just kind of hippie-ish. I don't know. I love the smell, but it's so good for your skin. It's like almost a must. It's really good. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, and I had to say, vetiver was a new one for me for skin. I'm not used to using vetiver for skin. And
really?
oh my gosh, it's just so this, you know, I mean, I've also always said, you know, I have super, super sensitive skin. And I was telling Beverly this morning that I've got this thing going on with my eye because I used eye makeup that my face did not like. And it's been really irritated. And I put this on today and I could hear my skin make a sigh of relief. My skin was so happy. And it's just so soothing, so calming.
Yeah, very, very. It's addicting. It's so bad because it is addicting. Even when I don't wash my face, like sometimes I get up Saturday morning, I'm like, okay, at least rinse your face. But I just feel like that makes me, you know, puts the moisture on my face and I'm good to watch my cartoons. Yeah.
All right, let's see what we got next.
So this one is really good. This is well, any skin type can use it as well, but it's more for oily or troubled skin. I like the way it smells because the combination of all of these are, all these 5 oils is amazing. And I'm super oily, so I use that one as well. But I think, I mean, as long as you're not allergic to it, it might be a little potent for some people if they don't like the smell of tea tree. But the grapefruit and the rosemary combination kind of mellow it out. And the lemon and lime is kind of like sweet. Oh, I don't know, just it's hard to explain. Like, I wish you could smell it. Like, very aromatherapeutic. Like, I don't know if you ever walked into an Aveda store, how it smells so clean and just fresh and citrusy. That's kind of the way this one smells. But people with oily skin love it. I love it. That one's one of my favorite ones as well. I guess I like them all. They're all my favorites.
Yeah.
I have them all here, as you can tell. All my little toy soldiers, and then I play with them. And then I just kind of you can decorate these. Huh?
Oh yeah, you got to show your bottles. Your bottles are so pretty.
So you can decorate them. I like looking through like just cute catalogs, and I'll cut out the pictures, and then I just all you do is just decoupage it with that Mod Podge or just glue. I bought these chalk stickers, which are really cute, but you know, with the oils and then always putting lotion on and doing your makeup, the chalk marker, it doesn't stay on the little label, but the labels are cute. So I just use them and glue little rhinestones or stuff on them. But yeah, that way you know which one it is.
They're so fun.
Or just by spraying it, you know which one it is. Like to decorate them, and they're easy to decorate. And the Mod Podge, because you know, with your hands being in your makeup and touching your toner, it doesn't come off or peel off. It just stays really nice.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Because that's the problem with the labels, is sometimes they don't hold up.
Yeah, these are perfect. Looks cute. Or you know, you don't label, but they look cute on your dresser if you want to.
All right, let's see what we got next. Dry skin.
Dry and sensitive. Is anybody dry and sensitive? Raise your hand. Yeah. This one's for you. This one's for you, Diana. This one is Roman chamomile, sandalwood, lavender, and ylang ylang and cedarwood. I like to go a little bit heavy on the chamomile, and then not about 2 or 3 drops of sandalwood, a little bit like 15 of the lavender, about 4 of ylang ylang, 5 of cedarwood, and that smells good and feels good. And if you don't like any of those scents mixed together, or you don't like, ylang ylang can be a little strong. Some people don't like it. You don't have to put that in there. You can just do the chamomile and sandalwood is a good combination. And then chamomile and lavender together is also a good combination. So you don't have to.
It's one of my favorites. I love ylang ylang.
Yeah, so and that's a good one too. Some people say it's strong, but I like all of them. I like it too. I don't think there's one I don't like. Well, tea tree, and I don't care for the smell of tea tree.
And you know, we talked about how, you know, the oils characteristics carry over, whether we're talking about how it affects us emotionally versus how it affects our skin, you know, those kinds of things. And these are some of my favorite oils to put in the diffuser at night. It's like lavender and cedarwood is one of my favorite combinations. I'll often throw a drop or 2 of ylang ylang in there if I want that kind of flower sort of lightness, you know. And you know, Roman chamomile and lavender for bedtime. I mean, they're all such great calming. So you kind of get that in your mist too, you know, and when you're misting, get that same kind of calming, you know, ambiance, if you will, you know, from all those scents.
Yeah.
Nice combo. All right. And here is the heavy hitter. You got to tell us about this.
So this is my favorite Cellulite Cream ever. I have I've tried a couple on the market, but this was a long time ago. I haven't tried anything recently. But I swear by this, and I'm telling you it works. Do I have to show them how I do it? Yeah, I guess I do. No,
No,
I'm
it's
telling
not.
you it works. It's a little odd.
It's up to you.
So I just get a glass bottle. I use glass for everything, about, this big. Of course, my recycled bottle that I decorated. And I fill it with, I like castor oil, or the organic castor oil, which you can also find at any of the health food stores. The thicker one, it's so nice. It even helps with like healing. I have stretch marks really bad on my chest, and I've been putting that for years, and it really has lightened them up. But that stuff is so good for scars, for your cuticles. It's a great skin oil to put on you, on your body or your feet. And it also, I notice, even just if you're washing dishes and your hands are dry, you just barely need any. It also acts as a water barrier. So,
Oh,
it feels like it coats your skin. So that I cannot live without that. I like to use an olive oil and a fractionated coconut oil. And I feel it about there, because I go a little crazy with the oil. So this, you cannot be stingy with the oil. So I put about that much oil.
And this
And
is the one that does not, like, this doesn't have the purified, everything else has the purified water, a little glycerin, and a little aloe vera and coconut oil. This is just the oils, right? No water.
no, just your carrier oils and your essential oils. No, you don't want to put water in this at all. You want it to be pretty thick.
Okay.
Yeah. And do not be and this right here will last you for a long time, because I'm going to show you do not need a lot. So it's going to last you a really long time.
So I have a quick question.
Yes.
Are you using a mixture? Because I can't use the fractionated coconut oil, but could you do just like half and half of the castor and the olive?
Oh yeah, or you can even just use olive, or you can just use castor. These are just what I use, but you can use any carrier oil that you like. I just like to add that organic castor oil because it gives it that thickness, to really rub on your legs. So that's why I like to use it, but you can use whatever you like. Yep. So grapefruit, I put about 20 drops. Fennel the same. Black pepper, I tend to go a little heavier. I put about 25. I mean, be careful if you have sensitive skin, because this does tingle. I mean, you don't want it to, so if you need to pull back on a little, or kind of try it just as, the stronger, if you need it stronger, need to add more. Geranium about 15, juniper 15, cypress 15, rosemary 15, but grapefruit, fennel, and black pepper I put more of. And you're just gonna shake it really good. I mix it like I sit there watching TV. I shake it about 100 times. I just sit there shaking it, mix it up really good. Best time to do this, when you get out of the shower. I do it about 3 times a week. I used to do it when I was, working every day. I would do it every single morning when I got out of the shower. But I notice when I do not use it, because I can sit there with shorts, and like, I don't have shorts on, I have pants on, but it's crazy because it really does control the cellulite. But what I do, and it's kind of awkward, so please make sure that none of your family members or children are around, because they will think you're weird and probably take you away in a straitjacket. So of course, put a t-shirt on. So I don't have anything like when I do this from, here down. And we were talking about dry brushing, so don't let me forget that.
Oh, right.
Okay, let's see if I can do this. Where's my dog? She's gonna look at me like I'm crazy. Okay, so I just put 1 squirt, and while I'm watching TV, I warm it up with my hands, and just really vigorously, you're gonna rub it in there as hard as you can. You're gonna do your butt as hard as you can. Just do it super, super hard. Just really vigorously get in there and rub it as hard as you can. And you're going to look really funny, and you're going to get out of breath, take a couple of breaths, but the harder and the faster that you do it, the better. And I do it, I count about 300 times, and then I do it about 50 times on my stomach. And I'm telling you, you are going to notice a huge difference. It's amazing. It works. It really works. And you're gonna, you know, you can even do before and after pictures, but you're gonna notice when you sit there, you're gonna be like, wow, my skin is smooth. But after you're doing it and you go to finish whatever else you're doing, you're gonna notice that like tingle and you know it's working. So yeah, it feels really good. And we were talking earlier, and she had Susan had mentioned dry brushing. I have never tried that, and I've always wanted to try it. I'm definitely going to do that. But think of, you know, do the dry brushing, and then when you get out, that just the melting and being in the hot, you know, water in the bathtub or the shower, that's really gonna intensify it. I think that I want to try that.
That sounds
And
so
then it drains the, like, helps drain all the extra liquid. Like if you're retaining any liquid, it also helps release that as well.
Yeah, actually, that's really great. I didn't think about that earlier when we were talking about this. And when I'm having like very, you know, one of those weeks where my ankles are just really swollen and I'm holding on to a lot of fluid, grapefruit and cypress is exactly what I go to, you know, rub on my ankles and stuff. So I'm excited to try that whole blend. And
You have the brush to
I
show,
do. I have it right here. Yep.
and tell them how you do that.
I will. So this is a dry brushing brush. It kind of looks like a, you know, the old fashioned men's hairbrush. And you want to have a natural bristle brush. And then you can do it without oils, but I like to do it with oil. So you would just put, like, I use about 2 or 3 drops of oil. Slim and Sassy is my favorite because it's got the citrus and it's got the cinnamon and peppermint, you know, great for metabolism and stuff, but it gives you a nice kind of wake you up, kind of get your skin tingling, you know, it's kind of a nice wake up, especially for those of us who are not really morning people. So if you get your oils in your hand and then take the brush and just kind of rub it around to get the oils on the surface of the brush. And then you want to brush, I'm going to use my arm, but you want it like from on your legs, you want to brush up on your legs towards your heart, all around, all the way up. I especially like to do over my feet and ankles because I do get a lot of swelling there. And then when you get to your upper body, you want to brush towards the heart. So like this way, all the way up, and just, you know, short strokes. And it's a little bit scratchy because of the natural bristles, but it's really nicely exfoliating. And do that all over. When you get, you know, to your, like your chest area, you want to go towards the heart. And you know, even like I'll do my lower back and everything towards the heart, because what you're trying to do is mobilize the lymph fluid. And our lymph is the excess fluid in our body that kind of sneaks out into all those extracellular spaces, and it collects in the lymph system and comes back to the heart to get reabsorbed and circulated and, you know, processed out. And so the more we can kind of help support that system, which is passive and just relies on our movement to get where it needs to be, the better we circulate our, you know, our body fluids and things like that. So I think dry brushing, like you said, shower, and this as a, you know, a rub down afterwards, that sounds like a day at the spa.
And what's nice about that brush is it comes with the handle, and my back was always dry.
Yep.
Yeah, it's always itchy. So it's really cool because you can do,
Yep.
It has a handle to get your back. So
Exactly.
and
Cool.
I think you were gonna put the link, or she's gonna send us the link. I'm volunteering you to send us the link.
I will do that.
I definitely want to get that for sure.
All right. And then I wanted to give everyone Beverly's contact information, and there is the address for the spa. And so whether it's makeup and, you know, cosmetic consultation, or full esthetician services and hair care, hairstyling, all that kind of stuff, they do it all. And it's really a lovely shop, and you have so many just fun things to look at in the midst of all, you know, your Merle Norman inventory. You have so many fun, just little neat things in the corner, lovely gift items and all kinds of stuff. So check it out.
We had
And
a couple. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
We're gonna have an open house at the shop. And Susan will be there you were gonna do Friday, but you're not sure about
Yep,
Saturday, right?
December 3rd, we thought. Yeah, exactly.
December
Oh.
3rd and 4th. So if you guys want to come by to see Susan, we'll have meals and drinks.
It's really fun. I got to do it. Not obviously not the last couple of years because of
Yeah.
COVID, thank you very much. But the year before that, right before the world shut down. And it was so much fun.
We had a couple questions I wanted to throw out there to you ladies. One is, I believe, regarding the cellulite protocol with everything, and that is, how often are you doing this? So I want the spa day every day, but let's be real. But how often is a good amount to really start to see or notice a change?
So, I mean, me just doing it because I had stopped doing it. I didn't do it at all during COVID. And then my daughter took me to get me some pants for my birthday. And in that dressing room and those mirrors, I was looking at her legs, which are look like this, super smooth. And then I was like, what happened? It looked like I got attacked with a BB gun. And I started doing it and I noticed, I mean, I always notice within like at least a couple of weeks. Of course, if you don't do it, you'll see it. So it is something you have to do every day, which sucks. But us as women, that's like something we have to live with. But I'm telling you, this really does work. I mean, it's insane. And once you start seeing the benefit of it, you're going to want to do it more. I used to do it 5 days a week. Now I only do it about 3 days a week. And you don't have to just get out of the shower and do it. You could just, take a break and go in there and do it. But
Yeah,
do it, I mean, any time of the day. But you're going to be so amazed at what a difference it makes. And like I said, I do it like 300 times. You don't have to do it that many times. I started out doing it 100 times, but when I was younger, I didn't have as much as I have now. So I have to get a little bit crazy. And sometimes it's fun, you can play the radio and dance and look crazy, but just don't let anybody see you because it's not
yeah, good call. So is it best to do it? I know that you mentioned this, but just to clarify, like, is it best to do it right after the shower, or could you just do it like whenever you like, sometimes I take a shower, I'm like rushing out the door. I don't have time to do that whole thing. But later in the day I might.
Any time of the day. And the one thing that keeps me motivated, because I hate doing stuff like this. I'm so bad. But the only thing that keeps me motivated and makes me do it every day is because I see the results and I see how awesome my legs look, And I've even thought about getting those, they have those little I don't know how the friction would work. I mean, my hands work great, but if you those things I'm talking about, it's like you put it over your hand, it's got like 4 balls. And I think like they rotate, and those are like meant to break up cellulite, but I should try one of those to see if that would actually speed up the difference or make a difference. But what's so gratifying is after you do it, you feel that tingle and you feel it for a while. Like you feel it really working.
Nice.
That's awesome. Because what we do at our studio is we do Madeira therapy, which is Colombian wood therapy for anti-cellulite. So adding this combination, I'm definitely going to do. But there is actually the first thing that I use when I do the wood therapy is it looks like a wood thing of dice. And so it's like a wand and you go in circles down or zigzag to where it's getting a lot of that stimulation. And so, yeah, that little ball thing would help as well. So and then I follow up. Do what?
What do you do?
What do you mean? What do I do?
Like, do you have a spa? You were saying something about spa.
I do.
Oh, okay.
We have a med spa. So I do aesthetics. I do body work. So I do gua sha, both facials and body work. And then we do weight loss. So part before I get started in the weight loss part with that machine, I always do wood therapy. So I use 3 different tools for the wood therapy. And really what that is to do is to break up those adhesions that are causing the cellulite, the crepey skin, or the divots and everything, to break that up. And so adding this oil is going to be really awesome with that, and helping my clients on what they can do between their appointments. So,
oh yeah, oh, that's
because I mean,
perfect.
I have several clients that I have completely reshaped their bodies. So adding this in there to where to help get rid of the cellulite in between. So all that lymphatic drainage.
Yep, exactly. And it works. I mean, I started getting it on like my stomach, and it, you know, works on my stomach. I pay more attention to my legs than I do my stomach, but that wherever you have any of that, I mean, it is, I mean, you will definitely notice a difference. And then, like I said, once you notice that difference, you're like, I just got so lazy during COVID. But yeah, and then you go look at yourself in a mirror with bright lights, you'll start doing it again. It's like, oh my God, what happened? What happened?
Somebody else had a question about, do you have to refrigerate the facial mist?
You know, you can. I don't refrigerate mine all the time, but every once in a while, I don't like to refrigerate them in the summer, but if you just, I mean, in the winter, because if you just leave them out, they're pretty cold in the morning. But oh, they are nice to do in the summer. I have done it, but I don't do it all the time. I should though, because that's a nice pick me up.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. All right, let's see. I'm looking to see if there's any other questions. Joan recommended, asked about the new body carrier oil, and I was thinking the same thing. In fact, I was thinking about the sensitive skin carrier oil for the sensitive skin blend would be really neat. And that has like sunflower, and I can't remember what else, but other really mild carrier oils for facial skin. And those are, correct me if I'm wrong, you can still order them, right? They were like kind of like a limited time kind of a thing, so they won't be there forever, but
yeah, as long as
they're still available right now.
Yeah.
And the body oil too, just a different blend of carrier oils.
So I was thinking that could work really well with that cellulite blend.
Yeah, definitely. It's a great idea. I think I have one right now. I'm gonna grab it. It's brand new. I haven't even opened it yet.
I know. I haven't opened mine either. But I'm excited to try some of these blends.
I know. I am too. So it's jojoba and moringa and sunflower is the and another, no, that's the jojoba oil, is the body oil. And then the sensitive skin, which is meant more for faces, I think. Let's see, that is grapeseed, hemp seed, and sunflower. And that one's in a nice little
right, because some people do have issues. I know some people for their faces have issues with fractionated coconut oil. I don't, but there are people who do. So that could be a really great alternative to use as the oil in those mists. That would be lovely.
And you don't even have to put oil. I mean, the glycerin is good. I just recently started doing that just because I thought I'm going to try it. But you don't have to. I didn't used to put it in there, but I mean, I just put like 2 or 3 drops, so you don't even have to put it in there. But
I love that for the idea of like, because I don't have any other oils, like no carrier oils in the toner mist that I make. Right, that just has the essential oils, the purified water, and some witch hazel. And then, but yeah, the idea of having some to just use like during the day for that refresher and that moisturizer, as especially now as we're, I'm about to fire up my furnace, and then everything just goes right.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. I like to keep one on in every corner of the house.
Yeah.
Too. Yeah.
Excuse me. So tied to that refrigeration question, and even like what with this is, it, what is the basic shelf life? Is it, I mean, has that ever been an issue of, sometimes it, depending on what you put in there, you can have issues. Are they lasting a year, or is it like, oh, after 60 days or so, or is
no,
it that you use them so fast?
No, these will last you a while. I do use them pretty fast, but I've had some, I mean, as long as it doesn't because all you're putting in there, I mean, you could probably put maybe a couple of drops of, not alcohol, like rubbing alcohol, but like a good, maybe high grade vodka, like, I don't know, maybe a dropper full in there. Because that acts as like a preservative. I wouldn't, only because alcohol's so drying, I wouldn't want to put that in there, but no, these are, I mean, because our essential oils last a while, and it's just basically purified water and glycerin. Maybe the witch hazel, what she said, you could put a little bit of witch hazel in there, but as long as you don't leave them in the heat.
Okay.
Store them in a cool, dry place. I think you're good, and they don't. Yeah,
and
believe me, you're not going to have one of these sitting around there.
Right, just a small bottle. You're going to go through them pretty quickly.
Because it's addicting. It is addicting.
So I like the ease of use on this, and I'm thinking about, I have a couple young teen going through the changing skin periods of time in their life, right? We don't use soap at all on their skin, which has done really well for them. We've so far, I knock on find wood somewhere, but sometimes it's like, come on, you need to do, you need to get your face, but it'd be so nice to just have something that, like, before bed, just do this spray, of the recipes that you shared, or do you have another one that works for, how it is with teens too, their combination skin, like greasy as all get out, dry patches.
Well, I would highly recommend just tell them wash your face at night, and if anything in the morning, grab your toner and mist your toner. But what's good, I mean, grapefruit and rosemary, because the rosemary, I mean, just gets my brain going. Am I frozen?
Yeah.
No, you're good.
Okay. You froze on me, but I don't know if I'm frozen. Can you guys see?
Oh, I was.
But yeah, still. And just them smelling the grapefruit.
Yeah.
And especially for kids when they wake up and imagine spraying the orange and the rosemary together, or the grapefruit and the rosemary. Ooh, that's a good combination, and it just kind of wakes their senses, and at least they have that on their face, and it's a little bit of moisture, but even though they're oily, still always use a moisturizer, because then your skin overcompensates and you end up more oily.
Right, exactly. No, we don't want that. It just seems like it's so easy, if it has like a fill-in for, like, hey, we just got home from a long day, you're just going to walk in and fall onto your bed and collapse. You know what I mean? But hey, let's do a little spray and then you can collapse. That seems easier than the whole
and then
regimen.
They're fun too. Yeah. And they're fun because you could say, let's decorate them. I mean, you can do a football, like if they're, whatever sport, you can just cut out a magazine decoupage, and it's kind of fun. They'll like it. And then keep it by your computer too. It really helps with, refreshing because of the computer and your eyes. You could, even if you have dry eyes, you don't even have to add essential oils. Do a little bottle like this with just purified water and some glycerin, and it helps like moisten your eyes, but you don't want to spray it directly in your eyes. But just wake them up a little and revitalize them. That helps too.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. My
awesome.
dog keeps squeezing. My computer keeps moving back. She keeps, excuse me, honey. Keeps moving back and back. I'm like, you're gonna knock my computer down. Scooch it, Missy.
Well, I can't thank you enough for sharing all of this with us. I know I am going to have an arsenal of facial sprays.
I'm so excited, right? For me and for gifts, right? This is
I was
awesome.
just going to say that.
Gifts.
Yes,
right?
definitely.
Lovely gifts.
And you can get these on Amazon. I got these on Amazon. When I first signed up to doTERRA, I think, was it Carrie that sent me a box of like every size, these amber ones
Yes.
she
Yep.
sent me. So I've used all of them, and then you can get them at the herb store. But I do not, whatever you do, just don't use the plastic
Yeah.
ones, you know.
And the co-op has those nice blue ones too. Sometimes I just,
Yes, the
'cause I'll
co-op
just-
has
they're,
them
you know,
too.
they're a block from me, so I just swing by there and I'll grab.
Right.
And those work,
Oh,
and their sprayers work well too. They don't get like super clogged or anything.
Yes.
They're good.
This was so good, and I'm totally excited about gifts. I think for the anti-aging, I'm going to come up with a name that's a little bit more like beauty preserving. I don't know.
That's a
With
good
the
idea.
Anti-aging skin thing, but you know, come up with some fun names. But it's
Youth
so nice to be able to
Doer.
make
I don't-
gifts. Yeah. Oh, what did you say?
Youth do. Remember that perfume that Estee
Yes,
Lauder has? I don't know why that came
perfect.
into my head. Youth do. There you go.
Right.
Bubble Buster, Romelia says in the chat. Oh, for the
Oh,
cellulite.
I like
God,
that.
no.
That is a. Oh
What did
my
you say?
god! But I
Bubble
like
Buster?
that. Bubble Buster.
It
That's
is
a
so
great
funny.
idea. I was trying to think of a name and I could
Oh,
not come up
God.
with anything other than cellulite remedy.
That
but
is so
Bubble
funny.
Buster. That's good.
Oh,
That is
leave
good.
it to Romelia. Gosh, this was awesome. You guys did this. I've learned so much, and I'm
This
so
was
excited to be
great.
back in a class.
I know,
Yeah,
right?
it was so good.
Oh yeah, you could even
Fun.
print some cute little pictures with bubbles and like darts, you know, to put on there and then print it. That'd be so cute. I love that.
I feel like
Uh-oh,
that's what
somebody's
you have to
gonna
give to
treat-
like your sister. Like you can't just give it to like your sister-in-law. Like here's something for that cellulite. So be like, what are you trying to
Oh
say?
yeah, you can. If you don't like them, I think that's the best gift.
Actually, I was just gonna say, if you don't like her, it might be really kind of fun. Gosh,
Oh my
all
God,
right,
that's
this
so
was
cute.
amazing.
Gosh.
Susan, thank you. And Beverly, you need to teach more classes. You're a
Yeah.
natural, obviously.
This was
It's like
so great. Thank you.
so good.
Thank you so much.
Learned so much.
The
And I
best.
love that you guys had such a nice variety of recipes that we can really just hop on using right away. It's awesome.